Hey everybody, before we get started on the video, I just want to show you colinmullen.com. It's my art website where you can buy art and look at art and give art to friends if you bought it. You can like buy prints and give them to friends, which is art. And you have friends that you could give art to, so you can do that. Nailed it. Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry about the lack of a video the other week. I'm trying to do one every Saturday or every other Saturday at 1 and just missed a week, so I'm very sorry about that. I've got links to all the paint that I'm using down in the description if you want to buy something. They're Amazon affiliate links, so I get a cut of it if you do so. I'm using the same sort of color palette, but I'm using golden paint rather than Liquitex Basic entirely. I'm using a little bit of Liquitex Basic. But this is the same sort of color palette as the Hermes painting I did the other day. And I liked how it turned out, but I think I want to switch it up for the next painting. But yeah, let me know about the camera angle and let me know what you want me to talk about in the future. But let's get on to today's topic anyway. So I feel like art block is something that happens, and it is real, but it's something that like you can learn to get around, and once you've learned to get around it, you stop thinking it's real. And so that's why I think people say, oh, art block isn't real. It is. They've just so successfully defeated it that they don't believe it anymore. But art block is just a thing that happens when you go in a straight line too long. You need to figure out that you need to figure out ways around it. If you go in a straight line long enough, you're going to run into a wall. Regardless if I mean like painting or drawing or literally, like you're going to hit a wall. And so you need to either go around the wall or you need to have the wall move. And the wall will not move for you. So you're going to have to go around it. But depending on what kind of art block you're having depends on what my solution for you is. And there's basically 4 different reasons you're going to have art block. The first one is this fear of a blank canvas. And I feel like a lot of that is you get down, you want to do a drawing, but you don't want to screw it up. And you just have to accept that you're going to screw up some paintings. A majority of your paintings are not going to be masterpieces. That's why it's called a masterpiece. It's the one that really defines and is the really cool one. And you only get that like 1 out of 100 times. So you're going to have bad pieces. Just accept it. You know, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect, and I'm not nobody. And you're not nobody. You're someone who wants to make art. So just allow yourself to make mistakes. You're an imperfect being, and that's okay. I am too. We're just going to make some art today, okay? Don't let the fear of being wrong or doing it wrong stop you, okay? So that's one that I don't really ever have an issue with. I accept my imperfections, and I think you should too. The one I feel like happens a lot to people aside from that is having a bad art day. This is one that happens less often to me because I probably just don't paint enough, but there are days where my hand just does not work. I mean, I guess this is the reason that this video exists and the last video didn't, was because I just had a bad art day and I couldn't get the thing to look right. And part of that was that I was using really cheap paint, but that's a different issue. But, you know, just power through, do a different painting. That's what I did here, and it ended up working for me. Do something outside your comfort zone, although this is inside my comfort zone, very much so. You know, maybe use a wrong hand or something. Just get going. Do some warm-up exercises. There are plenty of guides online on how to do warm-up exercises for your hands to get ready for art. And I feel like that may be a separate video in of itself, but I digress. I'm going to have, by the way, that's the top pinned comment. It's going to be a bunch of links to things that I feel like are solutions to these problems, but please listen, because not all of them are going to work for you. If your issue is that you've run out of ideas, maybe assign yourself a project. This channel, this idea of doing like paintings based on video games and stuff like that, is that for me. If I have like a long overarching scheme of things that I'm going to do, then I know I'm going to have ideas. I just have to find something that fits that idea. That works for me. And a lot of artists do this. That's why they have series, you know, a series where they paint teapots or whatever their thing is. Like, that helps them get going. And when you're a full-time artist, you can't really let that be a thing. So if you do a series, it provides that cohesion that people like, and it also gives you something to do. You're going to do an art, just how can you attack this idea differently? I had a printmaking teacher who I loved, and he forced us at the beginning of this semester to decide what our prints were all going to be about. One person chose the idea of eyes. Another person chose body parts. Another person chose identity. I chose metal because that's who I am as a person. So I did a bunch of different metal songs as my prints. And it stopped me from not being able to think of something for that print. I just go, okay, what song am I listening to right now? And then I did something off that. Maybe assign yourself a project like that. For some people, having a huge overarching project like that is intimidating. For me, it keeps me going. This channel keeps me going. It makes me go and sit down and paint because I know I have to. And it's a good sort of stress, but I know some people can't or don't like that kind of thing. But just knowing myself and how I operate, that works for me. Part of it could be that you're not experiencing new things. If you're getting into a rut with your art, you're doing the same thing too often, you might not need to just experience something new, and that may involve getting out. Maybe just go and see a movie that you wouldn't see. Go listen to some music that's not your same 5 tracks that you listen to, because if you're like me, you listen to the same tracks over and over, and you just need to listen to something else. I keep a notebook that I try and keep on me even when I go to work. I put it in my lunch pail, and if I think of something, I'll write it down, so that way if I don't have an idea, I can go and look at that. I have a Tumblr that I keep that's private, that's literally just things that I like, and I think that's another idea if you're running out of ideas. Aesthetics, just things that I like the way they look, and so I'll do that. Inktober prompts are good. There's a couple of Twitter accounts that I can mention that have just kind of random ideas. Maybe do something based on them. Expressionism Bot and Magic Realism Bot, I'll link to their accounts so you can go and follow them and maybe look over some of those ideas. There was one that was recommended to me by a design teacher when I was in school called Oblique Strategies. It was invented by some guys in the 70s. Coldplay apparently used it. I'm reading off the Wikipedia page for it. I never found it too useful, but it's essentially flashcards that have like really vague ideas on them, and from there you come up with something. But like I said, that never worked for me. So I feel like that, like the running out of ideas thing, is the one that I run into most often, and in order to get around that, I just try and think up a different way of attacking an issue. This one is because I did the Hermes painting, and I was like, what can I do with my normal skull aesthetic there, and does this painting have a huge, deep meaning? Not really. Spiritually, like, my thought process about it are there, but it's a cool skull. But I do feel, like I said in the 4 skills that all artists need to be good, this is sort of the spiritual aspect of it for me, and I don't mean to sound hoity-toity while drawing a cool-looking skeleton, but there is a spiritual element here for me, and I'll go over that at some point as well. And the last one I want to talk about, and I feel like this is the one that you run into once, either like your Tumblr blog that has all the aesthetics that you like, or the Magic Realism Bot or Inktober, or you've come up with a comic or a series that helps you continue to make content. This is the one that I run into. If not the running out of ideas, it's burnout. Burnout is real, and it deserves its own video, really. But I'm going to link a article by Psychology Today that talks about burnout. See if that's what's affecting you. Because if it is, if you're just feeling listless, you don't want to do art because you just are getting down on yourself about it, and just you want to be creative, but you just can't. You hate the idea of even sitting down to paint again. You might just be experiencing burnout. In which case, just getting outside and doing something else may be your solution. I really hope that this was helpful for you. Here's me signing it, and I hope you enjoyed this painting. If you did, you can go and get it on colinmullen.com. I'm going to provide links and ideas as I think of them in the pinned comment. If you have any ideas or ways that you get around your art block, talk about them in the comments. Maybe you can help someone else out with it. But anyway, thank you guys for continuing to support this channel. If you have any ideas for the next video, let me know. And I will see you in a couple weeks. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with the art. Bye.